Alright, good morning, god damn it. Piss and vinegar day 265. Chest. So, fucking this Smith machine, man. I really want to use the Smith machine because it is the best fucking machine by far. Most versatile machine that actually, can do good shit. Um, Incline Smith machine press way better for my chest than most people's chests. But it's got a bunch of friction on it, so you saw me trying to drive up like a warm-up weight and I just couldn't do it. Like my right arm, the friction on the right arm pole or whatever, I don't know, it just wouldn't let me fucking lift it. So I just went, fuck it. I'll probably spend $1,000 and buy a fucking new one. Like that one was $250 and I don't know, fuck it. Like I'll just buy a new one. Who gives a shit? Anyway, what are we doing? Incline dumbbell press. So today I want to talk about maintaining what you've got when shit ain't going too good for you. So what I might mean by this is sometimes things in life that you do that are productive, you won't want to do or you can't do it properly at certain times in your life. So 6 months ago, I tore my bicep in jiu-jitsu, and for the last 6 months, my training has been extremely subpar in some ways, but I'll get to in other ways it isn't in a second. But in regards to upper body training, it was kind of shit. My left arm shrunk. You can see it here even to this day, 6 months later. My right arm can still press more weight. It's still bigger and stronger, right? But everything is getting closer to square one again, and I'm getting more motivated to train again, and everything's great. It's awesome. Part of that is because I didn't give up 6 months ago. 6 months ago, rather than going, fuck it, I just won't train until I'm fully recovered, which is never what you want to do anyway. Active recovery is just superior. But 6 months ago, I went, fuck it, I'll do what I can do. I trained my right side. I did isometrics on my left. My legs got bigger because I kept training legs, and I was able to train them more and recover them more, and my legs actually grew significantly through that period. So that was another upside. But the general gist of it is, yes, I shrunk a little bit. I certainly shrunk on my left side, and it's taken a while to grow it back up again. Right now, my right arm, 16 inches, left arm, 14 and a half. It's slowly getting there. But point being is, if I just stopped training altogether and then I started to try to kick it back up again now when I'm a bit more healed up and more motivated to train again, well, I would start from square one and it'd be shit. I probably wouldn't have motivation to train. Whereas at least I stuck to it for the last 6 months through the mundanity of training upper body unilaterally and subpar and losing muscle and just generally going, fuck, this kind of sucks. But I stuck to it. And that way now I have a better starting or restart spot, or I have a better place to start back up again, basically. So if you're out there and something's happened and you can't do things ideally right now, maybe in my case, from probably 13 to 22, 23 years old, no, more like 23, 24 years old, I got into guitar about 12, and then I was on and off. Sometimes I get into it really like heavily for 2 months. Here, like fucking have a fucking stroke. I just got back from kickboxing, got kicked in the head too much. Here and there, I would get really into it for a few months, and then I'd drop off and I'd go through my phases. But overall, I would stick to it in general. I would never straight up gave it up. Then, about 4 years ago, I bought a Stratocaster and started getting back into Jimi Hendrix and learning his songs. And ever since, I haven't basically gone a day without playing guitar if I have it available. Because I just eventually something stuck and I just fucking love it now. I just love playing guitar and I get more and more enjoyment out of it every single day. But had I at 12 to 24 years old just went, nah, fuck it, I quit because I'm not really that into it. So what's the point? Then I never would have had that breakthrough at 24 where there was just a cornerstone or a precedent required in the sense of I just needed to buy an electric guitar and I just needed to learn some of Jimi Hendrix's songs, and that's what it took. And for me, in training, what it took was just sticking with it until my arm's fully healed, and then I'll be back off to the races again. But if you just totally give up, not only will you not jump up back on the horse, or maybe even if you do jump back on the horse, you'll have to fucking restart from square one again. You probably won't jump on the horse in general once you fully quit. So if you're injured or you quit something or whatever, don't. Because if you do see the benefit in doing said thing, or if you do generally enjoy it, not everything in life that we enjoy are we going to enjoy all the time. I love being a personal trainer, but there are certain days where I'm like, fuck this shit. You know what I'm saying? Side note, this is the best possible angle to see the difference in my left and right arm. So as you can see, the left arm, which in your POV is on the right, inner head of the triceps just quite a bit underdeveloped still, and the biceps clearly vastly less developed. Forearms a little bit less developed, but from this angle you can see really what it is. The biceps are much less prevalent, and the inner head of the tricep is much smaller. But you'll see in a second when I pose, it's actually the outer head of my left tricep that's perfectly fine. It's just the inner head that I need to start focusing more. Maybe I'll start doing a bit of inner head work and a bit more bicep work on other days, just to get a bit more sort of frequency in there, because yeah, it's a little bit depressing looking at that arm difference. But anyway, what was I talking about? Yeah, don't give up what you're doing. Maybe you put it on the side burner for a bit. Maybe if you're super fucking busy but you still want to play bass, you know you enjoy bass, but you have this notion that you don't have time to do it. So be it. Spend fucking 15 minutes max a day doing it. Just, when you wake up in the morning or get home from work, just 5, 10, 20 minutes playing bass or playing guitar or doing a workout, whatever it is. Just keep the fucking habit. Don't quit that shit. And then there'll be circumstances in the future where you have more time or more energy or more whatever the fuck to do that thing, and you'll have had a much better base to kick off from, as opposed to just quitting it and having to restart. So anyway, that's kind of my message for today. In saying that, training, I'm getting way more interested in training again now that things are getting a bit more square one. I'm not having to worry about my bicep as much. See, my outer head of my triceps there, it's even more developed than my right, but the inner head difference is huge. And that's because when you tear your bicep, you can't fully extend your arm for a few months, probably 3 to 4 months. I couldn't fully extend my arm. So the inner head of my tricep, which is the one that allows full extension, sort of atrophied. And then also the overhead extension wasn't really an option. I mean, it could have been, but the overhead extension is sort of debunked. I mean, maybe you get a bit of stretch mediated hypertrophy on the inner head if you do overhead extensions, but I personally find I feel them more on the outer head, funnily enough. So anyway, fucking that's it for today. Peace out, bye. Don't give up on your shit.